What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy, and this is going to be part 2 of my discussion with YouTuber Hero Hey. So please subscribe to his channel. Enjoy our discussion. Guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. All right, so let's move into censorship on YouTube as a whole. It's a big problem right now. A lot of creators are dealing with this. We just dealt with this from the type of stuff we cover with this Captain Marvel video clip. I don't know if are you familiar what happened with that, where this Captain Marvel video clip where she basically assaults a man that was basically flirting with her.
Right. It was like a deleted scene or something like that.
Yeah, and it was on Twitter. It was getting all this traction, and all of a sudden, myself, Anna, that Star Wars girl, Hey Viv, Wished Upon a Vlog, and so many other, we all responded to it because it was a crap scene, and she's basically just committing a crime, and Disney.
Yeah. So what did she? Oh wow, yeah. But before that, though, the scene was like, she like breaks the guy's hand because he gave a remark to her, and then he steals the car or something.
So I haven't seen the movie, and I have no desire to see the movie. So in this scene, she's standing there outside of looks like a little convenience store or something, and she's looking at a map. That would insinuate she's lost. Okay. Most people, when they're looking at a map, they're lost. So this guy, kind of a jerk off, kind of an arrogant guy, he walks up and he's like, you should smile more or something like that, and she kind of like gives him a snarky look, and then she looks back at her map, and then he kind of pushes the map down so he can see her face, and how about a smile? And then how about a handshake? And then so she shakes his hand, and then she starts, crushing his hand and making him fall.
Oh God.
And then takes his motorcycle, steals clothes from a mannequin, and leaves. Like,
what? I didn't even know she stole clothes from a mannequin too.
You're committing a crime and you're assaulting someone. And people are like, oh, what about Arnold and Terminator? Like, those guys attacked Arnold first. Like, yeah, he was a jerk, but like they tried to hit him first when he's like, I need your clothes, your boots, and your keys. It's just unbelievable. And so,
I mean, I don't know too much about Terminator, but he's not even like a superhero either, though, right?
Right, exactly.
Isn't he way different?
Right. And so, yeah, so we all criticize it, and Disney claimed all of our videos, every single one of them. Disney claimed them. Didn't give us a copyright strike, but they did, they shut them down worldwide. We complained, and Disney released every single claim. And now they're all back up now. So that so that was a big win. And so again, it kind of goes into this theme of standing together, because I mean, Disney took a lot of videos down, and we responded. We responded to our audience. Our responses got a lot of traction, and Disney, to their credit, they released the claims. But it's a bigger problem with YouTube censorship as a whole. You have dealt with this more than I have up to this point. I've had a few videos, affected, but you've been affected more so than me. Do you see any type of way that, like, as we move forward in the future, do you see this getting better or worse by your direct experiences with censorship right now?
Well, I know apparently at the Creator Summit that happened a month or so ago, apparently someone, I think it was Susan, but I don't want to misrepresent her, so I'll just say someone there working for YouTube apparently said that they are, hopefully going to be working on that in the near future, whether that means that they'll protect the creator more or make it more difficult to abuse the DMCA. I really don't know. And how long it'll take them to fix that, I really don't know. So on one hand, we're being told that, maybe there'll be some good changes coming up sometime in the future. But on the other hand, actions speak louder than words. And if you look at what's going on recently, it's like this problem is only getting worse right now. It's only getting worse. So if they're going to act, I hope they act soon. And I think they either need to make they need to either protect the creator more or make greater repercussions for people that issue DMCA strikes.
Yes.
Or both would be great too. And as far as I understand, a lot of other websites which is pretty much every website that follows IP law internationally in respects to DMCA, how that normally works is you have to manually write them a letter. They might give you the form, the DMCA form, but it's up to you to like fill that form out and send it to them about the complaint, about them having content that is your IP on that site. So the problem with YouTube is they don't go through that manual system of like actually sending a physical DMCA claim down. You just kind of send it through the automated system, and they give you a strike. And then if you dispute it, then it might get escalated and like manually reviewed. But the instant system is just a strike right off the bat. So that's where the big problem is, in my opinion. But yeah, it's like, as we discussed already, it's a behemoth of a company, of a machine. So really, what what can they do exactly? I don't really know.
Exactly. And that's why I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but that's why we just have to support each other. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
that's what works.
And I don't know, is the anime community divided right now? Kind of like, I don't know, like the Star Wars community obviously is really divisive with all of the Last Jedi and Lucasfilm and all that, obviously. But like, is there a divide in the anime community of this Vic thing, or is it
from what I've seen? It's not too much of a divide, to be honest. There is a little divide, but I think most people that I've seen in the anime community, at least on YouTube, are supporting Vic, or not commenting on it. But I would say the divide's not really that big, surprisingly.
Interesting.
Which is
good. And honestly, the divide on the Star Wars side, I think, is a little overblown too. It's kind of like everybody kind of universally hates the Last Jedi, so it's kind of there is a divide, but I don't think it's 50-50 like a lot of people paint it. I feel like it's more like a 75-25, where people just start the identity politics going on with Star Wars and then the entertainment industry as a whole, which is really kind of upsetting. And I think that bleeds over a little bit into, like, I don't know, can you tell me from your perspective, why is Vic facing such resistance from so many people in terms of the vocal people? Is it just because they are scared to be attached to it? I'm sorry, we're going back to the Vic thing for a minute, but
no, it's fine.
But it kind of works into the censorship side of things, where, like, what is it about Vic that has really struck a chord and become such a lightning rod from your perspective?
Just clarifying. Do you mean, like, why did people go after him? Like,
why is this thing kind of blown up so much and created such an enormous tidal wave of controversy, I guess is
right
to understand. As someone that's not plugged into the anime community and anything like that, like, is Vic a really well-known voice actor? Like, is he a prominent guy? Has he always?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, he is absolutely one of the most prominent anime voice actors in the industry, for sure. That you can make an argument that he's probably the most prominent as well.
Okay.
I'm not going to go that far. You make the argument. I'll just say that he's definitely one of the most prominent VAs. But as to why this happened, it's really just theories that we can come up with. So apparently there has been, like, weird accusations against Vic going back as early as that I was able to find, at least, like 2012, 2013. And this was, oh man, so it's such a broad topic. I don't know where to start on this one sometimes, but yeah. So there was basically this Tumblr blog that was going around, like, 2013, 2012, and it was going around up until 2019. It's recently been removed a few weeks ago. The admin deleted it seems like, allegedly. But this blog had all kinds of weird stories about mostly Vic Mignogna and things that he had done to underage fans, and, like, accusing him of being a bigot and all those bad labels that they'll put on people. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to mess the video up or anything by saying those words, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, they accused him of all this kind of stuff, and that was going back for years and years. So I found a post that was actually sent to me, an archive link that someone got, where the admin of that Tumblr blog actually admitted that, like, 99.9%, if not all of the stories on that Tumblr page are actually made up. And these people were using it, I'm not even kidding, man. They said that they were using that blog as a venting space.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? Most people, if you're upset with the day or you had a rough day, I don't know, work out or watch some TV, play some games, crack open a beer or something. These people, to vent, they would go on Tumblr and literally make up horrible stories about Vic that could ruin his personal life, his professional life, and it did. So I think these stories had been built up for a number of years. Now they didn't really surface too much, but there were a couple, let's just say, unique individuals who would perpetuate those stories for years and years and years. So my theory is, eventually the other VAs in the industry didn't really like Vic, even his friends, because some of these people that turned on Vic, he thought that they were his close friends, and they turned on him too. So I think a lot of them didn't like, and probably still don't like, obviously, like, how prominent of a voice actor he is in the industry when he kind of does his own thing. And I think that's the big thing. A lot of these VAs, it seems like, are working in a little clique, little niches and stuff like that, especially the Texas branch of Funimation, especially them. And Vic, as far as I have seen, has kind of always just done his own thing and been wildly successful with it. So I think these people didn't like his success. They didn't like his faith and whatever else they don't like about him. And they saw that these stories had been around for years. They saw that the Me Too movement started a few years ago. And they saw an opportunity to remove him from the industry, maybe remove him from even existing if he went that far to do something horrible to himself, which seems quite likely. So I think that's kind of how this all started.
That's a great response and gives me a lot more context and everybody watching a little more context if they're not fully plugged into the anime community. So that was a fantastic answer. And I know you're theorizing. You're kind of just you're basically the information you have and what you've seen, you following it. That's what you've come to the conclusion on. I think that makes a lot of sense because it is with people these days. They're so intimidated by people that don't have the skin color that they want them to have, or they don't think the way they think, or they don't have the faith that they want them to have. I mean, I don't really understand this.
Me neither.
I don't. Like I get accused of like leading boycotts, and I'm like, I've literally never boycotted Solo. I said I'm not going to see it, but I support your right to go see it. That's not a boycott. You know, I even when I boycotted Captain Marvel, I was like, I am not going to see Captain Marvel. I am boycotting it because of all the nonsense, but I still support your right to go see the movie if that's what you want to do. You spend your money how you want to spend your money. And people are like, that's you leading a boycott. How? How?
Yeah, it's
telling
ridiculous.
you to spend your money. I even encourage you, if you don't like what I'm doing, go see it twice. Offset the fact that I'm not going to see it, because you can do what you want with your money. And they just hear what they want to hear, and they will make up anything. And like when I was growing up, you call somebody a racist or a sexist, that's a bad thing. This is a bad person we're talking about. Now, these words have been overused to just criticize somebody just because you don't like their opinion, that these words are meaningless now, Yeah. And getting to the point where sexual assault is becoming almost meaningless because people are trying everything sexual assault now. Oh, he looked at me. That's a sexual.
Yeah.
What? What?
It's awful.
And it's crazy, and people don't understand how much these are powerful words that should carry a lot of weight, and they should be taken very seriously when they are used. You tell me that somebody is a racist or a sexist, I want to be able to take that seriously. And I want to know, like, okay, why are you calling this person that? Because that's a very, very horrible thing to accuse someone of. But if they are, then I'm going to stand with you against them if you can prove to me that this is the case. Same with sexual assault. But now it's just
Absolutely.
a tweet a goddamn tweet is sexual assault now in 2019. It's just, it's crazy.
It is. It's madness. And I agree with you, man. Like, because people will come out and say, at least to me, I don't know if you've got this too, but they say, oh, you just don't like victims, or you don't stand with victims. My response to them in terms of the Vic Mignogna situation is the same thing. I do stand with victims, and in my opinion, Vic is the victim in the situation.
Boom.
Like, if there was actual evidence against him, I would be against Vic. But there hasn't been any. And I've been looking, dude, some days I'm spending 12 plus hours a day here working on this thing. You know how it is. And I'm still waiting. Haven't really found anything.
Yeah, and that's amazing because, yes, I'm very, very knowledgeable. We all are. You are. I am, about how men are when it comes to women. We all objectify. But to take the leap that a man objectified a woman to the fact that he actually assaulted her is a huge leap, and we need to see some tangible evidence to support that. And if you show us the evidence, 99.9% of all common sense people are going to stand right with you to go, yes, this person is a horrible person because you show me evidence. But if you don't show an evidence, and if you go back to the Chris Hardwick situation, I don't know if you remember Chris Hardwick with Nerdist.
I don't know that one.
Okay, so Chris Hardwick is he's founder of the Nerdist.com. He also is the guy that does the After the Talking Dead, the Walking Dead after show, The Talking Dead. Very prominent in the geek community. Okay, well, he's very prominent in the geek community, and his ex-girlfriend pretty much accused him of all these horrible things. And Twitter decided he was guilty, 100% guilty. Wow. Twitter just decided he's the worst human being in the world because she wrote like a blog or something. Everybody associated with him turned their back on him, vilified him, called him the worst things in the world. AMC suspended him from the network pending investigation.
Oh, my God.
AMC then does an investigation. They, from what I remember, she wouldn't cooperate, so they could find no tangible evidence to support the claims that she were putting out there. So they eventually rehired him, and now he's back to work. And
that's good.
But it was a horrible ordeal for him to go through. I mean, the whole entire internet called him like a rapist and all this stuff. And it's just crazy. And he's got like, he had women from his past, like he dated, come out and support him at that point, because they're like, no, this is not what he's capable of. He is a great man. He's a good man. He always treated me fairly. A lot of people had his back, but because one person, an ex-girlfriend, mind you, has anybody dated anybody? Because every time you break up with somebody, they got their side of it and you got your side of it. And usually somewhere in the middle is where the truth lies. But so people were taking the words of an ex-girlfriend as the gospel, like, oh my God, he's terrible. And it's like
totally not biased in any sort of way, right?
Yeah,
I mean, potentially.
Everybody who's ever been in a relationship, you all know, if you're willing to, or if you've had friends, you know, after your friends break up and you know both of them and you're like, okay, I'm talking to this one and they're painting so-and-so out to be a horrible person. Then I go talk to him and he's painting her to be a horrible person. Somewhere in the middle, the truth lies. But when you have emotions, but people just took her words as like, boom, he's terrible. I'm like, my God, this is not an environment.
What's scary too is if hypothetically, if those exes became friends and then they all wanted to run with something against them, and you know, if they didn't stand up, if some of the exes didn't stand up for him, if they ended up joining the other side, oof.
It is, man. It is you have to be careful right now, man, with the climate we're in and everything. And I'm happy that Vic, you know, and again, I'm trying to preface this just like you preface it every time. At this point, as we speak, there has been no tangible evidence to support that Vic Mignogna is guilty of the things that he has been accused of. And at this point, if new evidence comes to light, then I'm sure Hero, I'm sure myself, and anybody else covering this will be the first to call him out and not support him. But we have not seen that. And it's good that he has such a strong support system of people that are looking at this objectively, like a lot of us are, to go, this seems a bit unfair, and he seems like the victim at this point. And it's just been a crazy, crazy roller coaster. And again, this is coming from me who I haven't even been that plugged into it. And I can see how crazy of the roller coaster this thing has become. And I can only imagine how it's been for someone like yourself and others that are plugged into that community. I'm sure it's just been
it's been an interesting 4 months or so. That's for sure.
Definitely. All right. So I think we're going to move into the final part of what we're going to talk about. And basically, I just want to see if you want to, you know, plug anything, if you want to tell anybody any upcoming projects. Obviously, we want to talk about your YouTube channel and any plans you have moving into the future. Really, it's kind of an open forum for you to talk about anything you want to make our audience aware of.
Well, I appreciate that very much. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed what I brought to the table here, check me out on YouTube at Hero Hey. HEROHEI, and that'll pop up there. I'd love to see you guys over there if you enjoyed, of course. And don't forget to thumbs up this video, all that default YouTube stuff. And upcoming projects. I am still working on this website idea that I've kind of, if any of my viewers are here, you know, I've been planting the seed every now and then throughout some streams here and there. And I think I am pulling the trigger on that. I'm just working out some kinks and really want to do it right. So more info to come on that. But I'm looking at starting an anime news website, something in that niche. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think anime fans deserve better than some of the coverage that's out there, especially a certain big company that has been maybe covering anime news for the last 20 years or so. But I digress. That's kind of my plans. I also have a Twitch channel. If you guys have a Twitch, if you wouldn't mind following me on there, because as we talked about already here, you know, sometimes you just don't know what's coming the next day on YouTube. You wake up, you just don't know what there is. So I've realized you need to diversify. And I've always tried to keep all my streams on YouTube and like intentionally not use both platforms because I want it to be more convenient for my community. But it is just the way it needs to be. You can't just have all your eggs in one basket when it comes to YouTube. At least you know, covering the type of stuff that you and I cover.
That's very true. And I will have links to everything in the description, all of your Twitch. You can send me your links, everything. And I'll definitely do that. I want everybody to go support Hero Hey. Great channel, doing a great job. And he's going to give you some perspectives of things that I'm really don't have my, you know, hands around and my head wrapped around because it's just not my cup of tea. But he obviously brings the same type of common sense level thinking that I bring to the table on a lot of stuff I cover with the gaming industry and Star Wars and Marvel and all of that. And I will say, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. And I definitely hope we can do some more stuff in the future. Maybe I don't know what I could come on your channel and talk about, considering I don't watch anime, but I would definitely I could. So
yeah, I'd love to have you some time or to do another collab. It's definitely been a lot of fun on the show. So I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, and hey, man, maybe we'll be in Hawaii soon together. We'll see. You'll have to talk about.
Yeah,
We'll have to talk
that'd be
about
cool
that.
too.
I'll have to make some phone calls and see if I still have these tickets because I've been dragging my feet on it. But yeah, with Vic being there and everything, I think that could be some really cool content that we could bring to my channel, and then obviously we would have content for your channel too if you were able to come. And that's what happens on Geeks and Gamer Show. He had no idea I was going to do that. He's like, what the fuck? This guy just invited me to Hawaii. What the hell?
Yeah, for real.
And this is the first time we've talked. I feel like we actually had really good chemistry on here, and it was like we've known each other for a while, which was really cool.
Yeah, really easy to just get into it.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. I want to thank Hero Hey for joining me once again. It's been a great discussion. You guys make sure you subscribe to his channel, follow him on Twitch, and just stay tuned for his new anime website that he wants to be working on. But anyway, that's it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.